What's good? It's your boy, Paul Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. Hey, guess what? This your first time tuning in. Go ahead. Hit doggone subscribe button. Hit notification bell every time I post up new content. Well, people, apparently it has happened again. All right. Oh, Klay Thompson and found his hand in the cookie jar once again. Right? But at least this time around, it's actually a cookie jar, not one of them artificial shits. Now I know what y'all saying was crazy, Uncle. What you insinuating? I'm like, I'm not insinuating nothing, right? I mean, if y'all keep up, y'all already know what Jaguar Wright said about this woman, so-called woman, right? And then, but you know, because I watched what O'Shea Duke Jackson had to say about the issue, right? And then I could be like, okay, a lot of people are not. Fuck this. Jaguar Wright is on a whole different level. Whether that everything that she said is true, genuine, authentic, whatever word that you actually really want to use, right? She coming out and she bringing the pain, you know, no matter the cost, right? But then I could actually like really look at it and I could be like, okay, she said something about her and Nicki Minaj was bumping lily pads, licking and lapping on each other, but that shit could be, listen, I've seen it on a lower level, right? You know, so I mean, great the fact how I saw it, you know, it was at the strip clubs, you know, whatever the case may be, right? So that girl on girl shit, you know, that really ain't nothing. That really ain't nothing to talk about unless you like bumping lily pads more than getting your temperature taken. I mean, then okay. All right, you know, then maybe just maybe we got something here, right? But looking at all of the people, all of the men that this woman has been with, right? The breakup has been somewhat shitty, if indeed that's what the fuck you want to call it, right? So you almost got to ask yourself the $64,000 question: what the hell is wrong with Megan Thee Stallion? We already know what the fuck a stallion is, and maybe just maybe Klay Thompson finally found out about that shit, right? I don't, but to be perfectly honest, I really don't see how you could be with somebody that damn long and not really know what the fuck is going on, right? I mean, did she tell him, or did this motherfucker just find out? You know, and then you also gotta look at this and like, okay, once he found out, why the fuck he stayed so goddamn long? And that's what any of them, right? But then again, you gotta look at this. This is the industry that we're talking about here. Regardless of motherfucking division, whether you could be a so-called singer, so-called rapper, so-called movie actor / actress, football player, basketball player, anybody, any professional athlete that actually really want to partake in extracurricular activities. This is what the fuck is to be expected. Look at all that shit that happened at Diddy's house. Look at all this shit that goes on at the Bohemian Grove, right? So there's some of this shit is just bound to happen. People already know what the fuck is going on, right? So it's for the most part, right? It's really not a big damn deal if you actually really stop and think about it, right? Because all of this shit goes on at the lowest level possible up until the highest level possible, right? And then, yeah, some people will be surprised, shocked, or not surprised, whatever the case may be. A lot of this shit, don't nobody give a damn. I got my own motherfucking problem to deal with, right? So the thing about it though is this, people. Y'all gonna have to excuse me. Silence been fucking with me just enough, but so this ain't nothing new, right? Because, and the only reason why I say that is because everybody, especially these organizations, it's what they selling. They selling sex, right? I mean, let's look at the what is that? The lingerie football league. Them motherfuckers out there with nothing but bra and nothing on with a bra, a sports bra, right? And some tight drawers on, and the ass is everywhere. You almost got to ask yourself, okay, what we as men, what are we looking at? Are we actually really looking at the actual play? Or we actually really looking at the simple fact of when these motherfuckers get down in their stance or whatever, and yet with motherfuckers going through there and watching, okay, well, who either got the biggest ass or the nicest ass? And then it's like, okay, well, how jiggly is this motherfucker when they go and make a tackle, right? And so for the most part, right? So again, this is what the fuck they selling, right? Even with motherfucking with wrestling, right? Are you actually really looking at the actual talent that these females are actually really putting out there? Or are you actually really looking at how jiggly the titties and the booty is, right? I mean, you gotta see this is what the fuck you gotta look at, right? Hold on. Hold on, y'all. These people here get on my goddamn nerve. So again, people. So again, people, so when you be like, okay, what dang on these people here. Okay, so here, so again, right? Sex sales, right? I mean, so you got to be like, okay, so when motherfuckers, I mean, I know that ain't got nothing. This ain't got nothing to do with what this what's going on with motherfucking Klay Thompson and Megan Thee Stallion. But I saw the shit yesterday. Like, okay, you had me over your family's house, blah 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 blah. Then you got cold feet, right? But see, here's the deal, right? There's got to be something going on. Put like this. It's almost like what old boy said on Half Baked, right? I believe it's a little bit more complex than that, right? And then, because Killer, he died, right? So motherfucker be like, well, to really understand what happened to Killer, you got to understand who Killer the dog was. So maybe that's what the fuck. So point is, so if all of the shit, what Jaguar Wright and other people in the music industry have said about this woman, then you almost got to be like, okay, well, some of it has to be true. Maybe she had a dick at one time and got all that shit cut off. Because I look at it like this. You have some men out here, right, that you look at their ass, and that's you know, you can be like, okay, damn, he got an ass like a woman. So it just be like, okay, then motherfuckers start talking to you in a certain way, then you gonna be like, okay. Then you say, okay, well, fuck it, I'm gonna jump ship. I'm gonna go over to the other side, if you will. So again, you gotta be like, okay, if you really can't keep no woman, or you can't keep no man, then it's actually really time to actually really look at you and be like, okay, well, what is it that I'm doing? What is it that I'm not doing? That I can't keep no man or I can't keep no woman. Right? And then stop putting your business out on look. Nobody give a damn who you with. At least I know I don't. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other motherfuckers that don't either. Right? So, as Sergeant Harris once would say, bitch, shut the fuck up and come. That's all what the hell I can tell you about that. Now, since we're on the subject of talking about crazy ass women, I was, on YouTube as usual, right? And fucked around. And sometimes, I don't now I'll be the first one to tell you, I don't always doggone and because sometimes, right, you could be like, okay, you'll watch it pop the balloon, and then you could be like, oh, okay. And so, but then I ran across, it was one of them compilations, right? Where, when motherfucker cut you down or whatever, right? And then, but I get it. You're single, you're on the dating scene, you try to be on the dating scene, right? But every once in a while, you may run into the same motherfucker twice or even multiple times. So if y'all remember the show that what me and the wife did about a week ago, I called him Mr. Plumber Man, Mr. Plumber Man. And y'all already know, for those y'all that have seen it, that shit kind of old. And this one here is even older, right? But it just goes to show you, right, that some of y'all women, y'all crazy. Put it like this, y'all crazier than batshit, right? So I'm gonna make this run. I'm probably gonna do another pop the balloon. So hey, y'all watch this.
Let's go ahead and bring out our next single girl. Oh, right over here. Hey. Welcome. If I can have your name.
Kayla.
Kayla. And how
Yes.
old are you?
I'm 22.
22.
Yeah.
Okay, now y'all already know. Now this is episode 2, right? So ain't no telling how many other pop the balloons that she went on between episode 2 and episode 50, which I think it is, right? So again, and I get it, you know, people get turned down, people get rejected, right? You know, but you know, I will give it this, right? You know, I like her spirit. She got knocked the fuck down. She got up, dusted herself off, and she kept the shit moving. So again, we're gonna let this shit run.
Okay, what do you do?
I do real estate and I'm a property manager.
Property management. Okay. All right. And now, what do you look for in a guy?
I don't know. They all look good.
See. You know, and again, you know, I get it. You know, you're young, you really, but that, you know, that's a hit and miss. That's a hit and miss, you know, and I'm tell you why. Because that's like what I told y'all last night, right? You know, I've been talking like this ever since I was in my motherfucking 20s. It's always, you know, I always knew what I wanted. I always knew what I wanted out of life. Right? You know, even now, you know, I mean, yeah, I'm pretty good now, but you know, you always want to act like really strive better than what you have. Right? You know, and then just know that sometimes being married to an Army veteran like myself, you know, sometimes that shit can act like really it can be hard because you know, especially like for me, right? That's something that's it's you know, people like me, right? That's just something. That's one thing that you just can't cut it all on and off. You can't do it. I mean, because once you put like this, once you've been doing it for a pretty good while, then you just like say you just can't be like, all right, I'm done. No, the shit don't work like that. So let's go.
They all look good. I don't know.
Okay. So, what about height? What?
Oh, you got to be taller than me with heels on.
Okay.
So, because I'm 5'8".
Okay.
So,
and with heels, you're probably like 5'10".
5'9", 5'10".
Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. All right. And
how about you not wear heels all the goddamn time? All right. Be your true height, not no bullshit height.
So, what do you like to do for fun?
So I model on the side too. I also got 2 properties out here that I use for.
You know, the exact same shit she said in episode 50. Right. So, you know, I'm just like, if you model, it must be low key, low budget modeling. Right. Because to be perfectly honest, you know, you look too big to be a goddamn model. I'm just saying.
Airbnb. So yeah, I'm a, you know, I do a lot of stuff.
Okay.
And then I got 2 dogs. So if you're not a dog lover, just go ahead and pop it now. Okay.
Oh.
I'm not a dog. I put like this. I ain't got no problem with dogs. But I'm always remembering what my dad said about dogs, about pets in general. He said, look, if I can't put them little fuckers on my income tax, they can't stay here. I mean, because think about it for a minute, right? You look at it, put like this. You look at the dog and then you look at your kids. You gotta do a, you know, some of us with dogs and even with kids, which is sad if you actually really stop and think about it for a minute, right? You gotta do the dog the exact same way that you do your kids. You got to feed them motherfuckers, you got to clean up after them, and then with the kids is automatic. You gotta send them little fuckers to school, right? But then here it is, and you gotta put clothes on them, right? But then here it is, you get people, they go buy a dog, and then they go buy dog clothes. What the fuck is that shit? Like, seriously. You finna put clothes on the dog. And then a lot of y'all see y'all dogs in school. And God forbid if you get divorced. Now you gotta worry about, now You put it like this. You gotta be like, okay, who gonna get the house? Who gonna get the car? Who gonna get the kids? Now you gotta worry about the goddamn dog too. You know what? Fuck that dog. All right? Or them dogs.
Nobody's popping. Nobody is popping. Okay.
Well,
You
okay.
like dogs? Oh,
All right. Let's go ahead and see why they pop their balloons then. Come on. Let's go with the one that popped first.
Okay.
All right. If you just will stand right next to me.
sorry.
Okay. If you don't want to just let her know your name, how old you are, and why you popped your balloon.
Hello, I'm Renard. I'm 27. You are really cute, and I like your personality. But the dogs, I actually like dogs, but I like to travel, and we're gonna have to get dog babysitters or something.
You don't gotta worry about that though.
Yeah,
But
we really do, though.
If
We
that's
kind
what
of
you
do
want
have to
to
worry
pop your
about.
balloon for, that's on you, sweetheart.
Yeah, it is on me, and
That's
I
on
will.
you.
That's what we're gonna do. But yeah, you're gorgeous.
Thank
I
you.
like your personality, but the dogs thing, I like dogs, but that's an issue
You
for me.
missing out.
Okay. So it was just the dogs, nothing else.
It is if I'm gonna listen to. She said it's not a problem. So if it's not a problem, which I don't know, we'll see. But then maybe I'll take a balloon.
Okay.
Again.
But is she your type?
Oh yeah, of course. And I'm actually liking more about her, just her voice and the way she's
Okay.
interacting with y'all more than actually the looks too, which is actually a
Oh, you're
plus.
so sweet.
Yeah. So.
And now, so is he your type?
Yeah, I mean, I don't discriminate. I like black men, so I don't care what color you is, light skin, dark skin. I like black men. So.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah.
You don't have preferences.
I don't care what color you is. Okay, all right. So this is what the fuck we do. All right.
Beard, hairstyle.
No, I like it all.
So you're more of like a personality
Yeah.
person. I see. Okay. All right. Well, let's go to our next guy here. Let's see what's going on. And if you can let her know your name, how old you are, and why you popped your balloon.
Jivens, I'm 24 years old, and I popped my balloon because I know her.
Motherfucker, you look 34. You motherfucker, you lying, right? But I don't know. You can have some young, old looking motherfucker. Okay, so let's see why he popped.
Yeah. That's it. She's very beautiful, and yeah.
We just too close to friends, but it's okay. It's okay.
Okay.
Like your brother?
No. We met while we're doing modeling, so like I don't cross paths. Once I put you in a friend zone, that's it. You ain't no coming back from that.
Okay. And do
You
you
got
feel the
friends
same?
on. Huh?
You feel the same about that?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Because just because somebody friends on you doesn't mean you have to do it back.
No.
See, he right, or she right, once you get put in the friend zone, ain't no coming back from that, I mean, because I really don't know. I mean, because I don't know, to be friend zone, they actually really might care about you, but then I look at it like, yeah, I let's just do that from right here. Let's just keep it at that motherfuckers be like, okay, you friend zone material, I mean, because men, we do it too, we might, but put like this, for us, y'all need to let's not call it friend zoning no more. Let's just look at it either as a dick or a pussy in a glass that says break in case of emergency. Right? I just feel like that. I mean, if you want to call it, I mean, because here I'm the crazy uncle. Y'all already know how I do things, right? So stop calling it friend zone. Just say, look, in case of emergency, break glass. Right? But 9 times out of 10, probably gonna never be in an emergency. Just put it out there. Let's go.
No, I already did it.
Oh, okay.
I did it. I did.
Okay, now y'all see this brother right here? You really gotta. He's actually like really the main focus. I mean, because the thing about it though, you know, a lot of motherfuckers be like, well, why you hold on to the balloon so long? Right? You know, because everybody else should be like gathering information. How she carry herself, this, that, and third, right? You know. And so basically that's what the fuck he doing. And so it's just matter of fact, let me finish this and I'm gonna fast forward this shit. Okay. So.
What is he questioning about?
Right.
What's the issue?
Okay, if I can borrow your toothpick. So let's go ahead. Oh, you know
Man
what?
with the tie on.
Right when we were about to give the options to you, let's head on over here. Sir, if we can have your name, how old you are, and why you popped your balloon.
Somebody I would go for particularly. However,
Yeah.
believe it or not, I do have abs.
So sorry, y'all.
So,
I respect that.
likewise.
Oh,
All right, let's go ahead and see why they popped their balloons then.
how about that, y'all?
However, she asked you a very important question. She asked you, what are you looking for? And you said, I don't know.
I don't know what I'm looking for.
Yeah, that's a good, yeah. Good shit. Because if you don't know what the fuck you looking for, why you on the goddamn show in the first place? Right? So yeah. Good answer. Right? So
That's the reason why I said no.
Okay. And now, how old are you again?
now what I was gonna say, yeah. This motherfucker look like, well, I can't say he look like King Willie from the Jamaican Voodoo Posse, right? But he look like he could be part of the Jamaican Voodoo Posse, right? So you go and pop his balloon, right? So let's go.
22.
I'll
Okay.
be 23 in March.
Okay. And now, do you have like anything in particular that is like a red flag for you where you're like, no, that's a
If you're
definite
not
no?
submissive to me, I don't.
Yep, there it is. Yep. Again, you can't, women, y'all can't do that. That is not something for y'all to say. And masculinity is showing up, you know, but it's woo, okay, you know. And you know, and for the most part, you know, again, let's stop saying shit that for the most part is gonna trigger a lot of people, right? Because being submissive to you, I mean, like, what are you actually really? What are you offering? What are you offering that's gonna actually really make any man submissive to your ass? Plain and simple. I mean, what are we talking about here? Right? I'm not submissive. I'm not, I mean, this say submissive is such an ugly ass word. Right? You know, so you almost have, you gotta call it something else. I don't know what the fuck you would call it, right? But it's just one of those things that using the word submissive, it just sounds so controlling that it'll make a motherfucker run off. All right, let's go.
Exactly my point.
Can you clarify?
As in, I'm really a romantic woman. If
No, you ain't. You ain't. Oh, we got the black version of Grizzly Adams, ladies and gentlemen. So hey, let's go. But you really no, you don't know what it is to be submissive. I mean, or romantic. You know, it's the vibe that you came out with. So hey, let's go.
we not doing dates or like it's just us and we just always going out because you want to be seen and you want to be in this limelight, I'm not with that. I like my man to be laid back.
Okay, so you want to go on dates?
I do.
What do you like to do?
I like to do everything. I'm really like one of the ones like I just whatever you want to do, I'm here for it because I'm really like adventurous. I like to do whatever. I'm not from here, so just me being in Arizona, I'm down to try new things. So.
Yeah. Where are you from?
I'm from Texas.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you right next door. So.
And she didn't catch your name and how old you are.
My name's Adem. I'm 31.
Okay. And
Motherfucker, look, you like 8 years and some change older than her, right? Oh, go get you somebody a little bit older.
I did hear some people pop their balloon back there when you said something about submissiveness. So let's go back. Let's go back this way. Because I have a feeling I know where it's coming from. All right. I wasn't even stopping there. I'm stopping here. All right. So if we can have your name, how old you are, and why you ended up popping your balloon.
Yeah, my name is Anthony. I'm 28, and I popped it because she was saying that she needed a man to be submissive, and that ain't me. I ain't never been me. So
Too turned.
He's too turned.
Yeah.
I'm too turned.
Why do you need your man to be submissive?
Because I'm submissive to my man. And I just
So two submissive.
I mean, well, look, that's part of the role. That's what you supposed to do, right? You supposed to be submissive. Now I know that's probably gonna come off. That's probably gonna come off a little fucked up, right? But if a man is to be submissive to a woman, then basically what you're saying is that, okay, you looking for a pushover for a man. Right now, it's a lot of men that you could actually really push over out there, right? But when you actually really stop and think about it for a minute, are they truly? I mean, they're men, right? But they don't have the killer instinct. Meaning, hey, look, I'm finna take charge. This is what's happening, right? Just put like for the most part, right? You really ain't gotta say too much of nothing. The president alone should be like, okay, I'm gonna follow his lead, right? And then as far as like the submissive shit goes, that shit it actually really goes both ways. I mean, because I don't want no woman that I could just run over. Crazy uncle don't want that. That's why I'm married to who I'm married to now. But it's just one of those deals that, okay, I just think, it has to be somewhat of a level playing ground. If you want to actually really want to call it that, meaning that, okay, yeah, you can do this. Yeah, you can do that. That over there, we're going to have to talk about. This over here, we're going to have to talk about, right? And then come up with some type of compromise, right? That's how I try to be, right? And just like with anybody, right? Motherfuckers, you test the perimeters, you push over here, you do that, and you're like, hey, motherfucker, hey, all right, I know not to go there no more, right? Or maybe it's too early in the game for you to like go push that button there. Because if you push that button, right, you might not want to, that could be that one button that you ain't ready for. Let's just put it like that. I'm not saying it in a good way. I'm not saying it in a bad way. Right? But just watch what the fuck you push. Let's just say that. So let's go.
Oh, wait, hold on. I just
Sure.
1 second.
Oh. Hold on, y'all. Hello. Hey.
Hey, hold on for a minute. Your baby on the phone. Hold on. Let me see. Wait a minute.
She didn't call me and then my baby ain't on the phone.
Baby, hold on. I'm trying to get him now. Okay, Crystal. You know I mess things up. Papa, you don't call me and my baby on the phone.
Where my baby?
Pop on the phone. Hey, pop up on the phone. Come on.
Hey, I hear my baby.
Hey, Papa.
Hey, baby. What you doing? You at who house? Yeah? Yeah? Okay. Okay. All right.
Baby, ask her why she not at school.
Why you not in school? Your school
Her
closed?
school is closed.
Well, it's gonna open back up for you real soon, okay? Okay, you gonna grow up, you gonna go to your sister's school? Okay, so you gonna learn, you gonna learn a whole lot of stuff when you go now, okay? Okay. All right. Okay. You gonna slide down the slide, huh? Okay.
I see like down. She told me when she went up there that day with me because I was in school for the block party.
Okay. All right. Okay then. All right. They said, Pop, talk to you later, okay?
We'll talk to y'all later.
All right. All right. When family calls, right? Okay. Life of the crazy uncle / Papa or Papa. Let's continue.
We'll get to you. Don't worry. We're right here.
Yeah, that's my whole thing. I don't think two submissive people should be in a relationship. So like I'm gonna be the definitely the more dominant, and then the woman will be the submissive one. It only makes sense.
Yeah.
Right.
It's nature. It is nature, right? You know, a lot of y'all don't want to doggone admit to that. You know, so that's why y'all can't keep no. That's why y'all can't keep no man. Y'all walking around here like y'all got a baseball bat and 2 balls, right? You know, when in all honesty, right? You ain't got nothing but a motherfucker catcher's mitt. All right? Strike 1, strike 2. Knock it out the park. Okay? I'm just putting it out there. Let's go.
Right. And I was going to ask you about that. So if your man is submissive and you're submissive, what are you submitting to if you guys are both?
That's a good question.
Yeah, and she don't seem like she knows.
And see, that's what the fuck I be talking about right there. I mean, how you gonna sit up there and be like, how you gonna motherfucker say shit how you gonna say shit and then you don't have no, not to say that it's a clapback, right? But you know, it's just like, how you gonna motherfucking it's almost like having a loose booty almost. You let motherfuckers hit the poop chute all day, every day. Now you got a loose booty. And then you constantly shitting on yourself, right? So how you gonna have a loose booty and then you shit on yourself and then you get mad because you shit on yourself? Bitch, stop letting motherfuckers hit the poop chute. Let that motherfucker close up so you won't shit on yourself. Right now, she just shitting on herself, y'all. Let's go.
Anything that she want, like she just
That's
in here
exactly.
like.
Can I clarify something to y'all real quick? That's exactly why I'm here, to see what I do want, because I'm just used to finding men like in the club. I don't want that.
Oh, see,
I don't
now
want
if I
the
had
men
another
that's in the
balloon,
club.
the balloon
I
keep
don't want
popping
that.
as we go. The balloon.
But you say you don't want that, but you giving off club vibes. Like, what the fuck? What we doing here? What the fuck we doing? And why the fuck we doing? Let's go.
I don't
popping
want
more.
it.
Okay.
But she's lovely, she's wonderful, but like, yeah, there's too many you know,
I'm a red
differences in
flag.
opinion. Kind of a red flag for
It's
real.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry though.
All right.
It's okay. Whatever, AP.
Okay. So let's head on over here because he.
And then she combative. She combative. You don't need to be combative. It's almost like a damn. You gonna be angry at breakfast. Plain and simple. Oh, you don't like how I cook my eggs? See, we don't need that. We don't. This is something that we as men we don't need, right? You know, because you should be like either have nothing but put like this. When you're that young, right? You know, and this just I'm just talking right now, right? You know, I mean, put like this. And you know, as a rule, I don't eat breakfast. And notice I'm really trying. I'm not trying to say breakfast, even though y'all already know what the fuck I'm saying. But the thing about put like this, I don't eat breakfast because you know I don't like going to the gym on no full stomach. I really don't. And so, but the thing about it was this, right? You know, say okay, this is scenario based. Say, and just know, fellas, I will be robbing the cradle like it's nobody's business. But I'm on like, okay, she keep her same age. Okay, so she 22, so she keep her same age. So let's just say, well, hell, it ain't gonna matter because I mean, because I'm already like 30 years plus. So I could be like 50 and just like shit, that'd be like fucking my daughter. But let's just say, okay, well, fuck is I say, well, the crazy I say, fuck all that, right? So you cook me breakfast. And so just be in a t-shirt and your thong, right? And then I might come up to you and say, slap, slap, and then watch it jiggle. Okay. So I mean, that's that's the type of shit that that I would do. It's the type of shit that I have done. Come on, wife. Hey, slap, slap, watch it jiggle. Right? So again, you see, this is what happens when you really don't know what the fuck, but you as a woman, if you don't know what the fuck you want, then I really don't know how to come at you. I mean, I might just come at you and like and then whatever facial expression that you give, then I can be like, okay, I know not to go there, which I said already. Right? So, but let's continue. Let's continue.
He already had something to say before we even got to him. So
Ask me the submissive question.
so first, let's have your name, how old you are, and then we could go ahead and get into why you popped.
Sure. My name is Dr. Elam. I'm 38 years old.
Okay.
And I popped my balloon just because you're simply too young. And
Oh, yeah, good question. The motherfucker, you would be robbing the cradle like it's nobody's business. You damn near 20 years her senior.
age isn't really a factor, but you don't know.
But people, see, that's another thing too. And I said this last night, they motherfucker always holler about age ain't nothing but a number. Okay, I get that, right? But how, and I forgot what the fuck I said, right? But that's what I'm saying. What does that have to do with you? Right? I'm looking at your mindset right now, right? I mean, because you got to look at it, all right, well, she's 22, right? And then, and then he 38, right? So, no. They say age ain't nothing but a number, but yeah, you're right. It ain't nothing but it actually really means a hell of a lot more. than that, right? You know, because, and I know why people say it, you know, because people don't mature at the same age. You know, I mean, because, hell, I'll put it like this, because I will pit my 22 up against her 22 any day of the week, and I will be a hell of a lot more mature than her, than whatever the fuck that she could actually really even possibly imagine, right? I mean, yeah, you doing good for yourself. You got your Airbnbs and all that kind of shit, you know, but it's almost like what Chuck D said about the young rappers today, right? He just said, hey, look, if you give a fool $1 million, what do you have? You got a fool with $1 million. Now, I don't know how much she actually really makes on her Airbnbs. So it's just like, okay, you're a fool, but you're a fool with some money. You got a little money in your pocket, right? So what does that act like? Is, you know, is that is that a good thing and a bad thing? Is what I'm saying. Right? You know, because the thing about those this, you can be like, well, don't no man want me, so I'm gonna go buy one. That's what a fool would do. You know, whether you male or female. Let's go.
Know what you want.
How old are you again?
38.
You 38? Oh, yeah.
Yeah, pussy just got wet. You know, because the thing about it is this, you know, not to say that she couldn't get tossed with the rest of them. But my man gonna put your ass over the top. Let's go.
Red flag.
So
so how is that a red flag? How so?
You are very handsome. I wouldn't even thought you were 38.
Of course not. But it's less about being a red flag and more about being a liability.
I get it.
If I were to bring you into my life, you would be a liability.
Right. Do you got kids though?
No.
Can you?
No. You can ask another question now.
I mean, you said you're a doctor, right?
That's correct.
Okay. I mean, I don't even know what to ask you because
Pussy getting wet, you know, because I'm gonna tell you something, right? Motherfuckers start doing shit like this. Yeah. Right, you know. Then he a doctor too? Yeah. She was gonna let them Airbnbs go if he would have said anything other than what the fuck he said. Yeah, she was gonna drop those Airbnbs. They were like, ooh, girl, he a doctor. Right? But then again, I don't know. She might actually really, you know, keep her shit. You know, she could be like, ooh, we can build. We can build. Right? You know, but I'm just saying that, you know, after a while, you know, them balls gonna start, the hair on his balls gonna start turning gray. And then, you know, so now he gotta worry about upkeep, right? Because I know ain't no young woman is gonna want some old hairy balls. I'm just putting it out there.
you don't like me. I'm too young.
It's not,
I mean, if you change your mind, I'm open to it though.
Why would you be open to it?
Because you're handsome for one.
So you only like me because I'm beautiful.
Just like I'm beautiful.
Yeah, but that's not why I would only like you.
So why would you like me? Because you didn't answer that.
Because you can bring something and add something to my life. But because you're a liability, you can't add anything to my life.
Right.
You would be a liability to everything in my life.
So what can I not add to your life? What is that?
You can't teach me anything. You can't help me with my finances and
Okay, now I really don't like what he said. You know, I mean, because see, right now, hate to say it, dog, but you on that bullshit right now, right? You know, it's almost like, okay, you didn't shut down. You know what I mean? You feel like I'm 30 years old, I'm a doctor, I'm a success. Okay, I got it, right? But you're not willing to listen to anything what anybody has to say, regardless of age, especially if they're younger than you. You fucked up, guy, right? She's still fucked up too, right? But you know, I'm just looking at it like, no. You fucked up, Pop. You fucked up. You ain't following the Kevin Samuels rule. That pussy, you know, let Kevin Samuels and the late Patrice O'Neal up to like, look, that's 4-year-old pussy. All right? That's what the fuck y'all want. This is what the same shit that I talked about last night. But then, you know, but then again, he probably don't even know who the fuck Kevin Samuels is. Which is a good thing, right? You know, but I'm just like, okay, because he's looking at it in a sense, like how I would look at it in a sense. No, baby, you too young for me, right? I mean, you know, not to say that, you know, because I try to learn from everybody. Hell, I try to learn new shit. I try to learn new shit from my grandbabies, right? Because it's just for the simple fact, like, you know, I'm open-minded just like they are, which I feel like is a good thing, right? You know, but I'm just like, okay, does that really make sense? Can I use it? Will it actually really make me a better person? See, you already shut this young lady down because you feel like, okay, she still went behind the ears. She done got where she done start growing hair down there real good, right? And as the old folks say, she done stopped pissing on herself real good, but that still don't mean that you can't learn from her, right? And I know y'all probably like, well, damn, you take it up for her. I'm like, well, yeah, in a sense, right? But here's the deal, right? She tried to hurry up and grow up real fast because of what the fuck he does. That's an occupation, right? And so so in a sense, it's kind of like a smart move on it. You know, I get it, but you can actually really look at it in so many ways, and it acts like it's really going to favor him more than it is. You know, it favors him right now. But if he get with her, then it's going to favor her, especially if these motherfuckers walk down the aisle. But then again, he ain't got no kids, right? But just know that the age comparison, he can look at her and say, girl, I'm old enough to be your damn daddy. Let's go.
Anyway, you can't add any intellectual anything into my life. And it's not because you're not capable. It's just because you're not there yet.
Young.
You're not there yet.
Right.
And if you're not already on that path.
See, you know, not, you know, because it's like with her, right? She looking for a father figure. Even though it'll be like, there's like a 15-year and change difference, right? So basically what he's trying to say is that, okay, look, I'm not trying to raise no more kids. I'm not trying to raise no kid because I don't have kids myself. See, I can say that. I didn't raise kids. So I wouldn't want that. Me at 53, right? I wouldn't want that, right? You know, and not to say that the way that I look at things, the way that I see the world, right? You know, I'm not gonna sit up here and say, okay, and you know, on top of what the fuck I study, I'm not gonna sit up here and tell y'all that, okay, I got this shit figured out, right? But then again, I don't know, you know. So, but I get what he's saying. But there's no that pussy wetter than a motherfucker right now. She gonna have to go put like this. She gonna have to go wipe off once this shit is over. Well, I'm just telling you what's happening.
I'm already on it. That's the problem. You don't know enough about me.
You're absolutely right. I don't know enough about you. You said you have Airbnb properties.
Good luck with the other girls back there. You messing up.
Oh, see right there. That see, right there. The attitude. That's why he picked your ass. That's why he popped his balloon. He ain't got time for that look. Because right now, what you just did, that's that motherfucker junior high school. No, that ain't even high school. You did that junior high bullshit right now. Yeah, you threw the puss in. You were doing anything and everything possible, right? But you turn around and you did that, right? Let's go.
Next. Oh,
And I can tell that you're triggered, and that's okay.
I'm not triggered, sweetheart. You are
Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are.
very handsome.
We can
But-
work through this
but
together.
You
Please
said I
put your
can't
hands
bring
down.
you anything. So it's like,
Right.
there's no need to talk.
You can't
I just
bring
said,
anything right
good luck with the
now.
other girl.
Say, okay, and this is why your immaturity will prevent you from being with a real man.
No, I've dealt with real
Because
men
you're not
before.
listening to me and you're trying to talk over
Go
me.
ahead.
No, you haven't. So in a sense. No, I'm not gonna take back what the fuck I said last night. Right? Because. But then again, this is both of them. Both of them are doing this shit right now. It's almost like you saw bitches are playing tennis. And it's just like you ain't making the motherfucker work hard enough, in a sense. Because he can be good. He put like this. He can say something right. He can take a step forward and then he can take like about 2-3 steps back. It's just like, for the most part, now that I'm actually really stopping and I'm looking at it. Okay, she's controlling the conversation. He on that bullshit right now. He playing it. Now I'll be the first one to tell you, he giving valid points. He's giving valid points. But at the same time, he want to blow her back out. I'm just telling you that right now. She young. She young. That pussy tight, right? Or at least that's what he's assuming right now. But is it like, okay, he young, that pussy tight, he gonna blow her back out. But at the same time, he looking at the simple fact that his uncle told him the exact same thing that my uncle told me. He said, nephew, when you go to the zoo, do not feed the animals. I'm just telling you right here because for like this, you feed the animal, especially if they do a little trick for you, especially like that one, that chimpanzee over in when I was over in Korea. That motherfucker, he turned a flip, he swing on the market bars, he do another flip, that motherfucker do his hand like that because he already know. Hey, look, I did that shit for you. Give me something to eat, right? And then if you didn't do it, he go do the same shit again. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you. I'm telling you how this shit go. Let's go.
I'm listening.
Adults have conversations.
I'm listening.
Okay. So if we were to get together, you would be asking me questions like, Dr. Elam, what did you do to acquire everything that you acquired? What did you do to learn everything that you learned? What type of habits and skills do you have that can help me get to where I want to get? You have 2 Airbnb properties. How can we get to 4? How can we get to 8?
I already know how to do that. My dad. That's how I got it.
Next contestant, please.
Please.
Okay.
I was gonna pick you, but
Okay, so let's go ahead and so we have 2 guys still that have not popped their balloon yet.
Okay, so for the most part, right, I could care less about what the other 2 do, right? I really wanted that. I mean, because that was episode 2. Then she came back for episode 50, right? And I forget, how old he was. A hell of a lot younger than what old boy was, or what old boy is, right? So. And so they argued. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Okay. So here's the deal, people. I got, you know. So basically, what I'm saying is, right? This is why, that right there, what I just showed y'all, is the prime example on why you shouldn't, why older men should not date younger women. Because this is what the fuck you gonna get. That was the prime example right there. Listen how combative she was. She was on that junior high bullshit still. Right? I mean, I know, don't get me wrong, right? There's still a lot of motherfuckers, grown ass women right there, grown ass women right to this day. They can be in their 40s and they can still be on their junior high bullshit. Right? So people, so for the most part, right? Yeah, yes. Age ain't nothing but a number, right? But I'm still looking at your maturity level. Right? I mean, what are you really about? Right? You just try to drop your drawers just to see what the dick do? Or are you really trying to for the most part, you trying to create some shit. You try to make some shit happen. Right? So you really gotta really stop and think. Okay. And then she just said she don't know what the fuck she want. But then again, if you ask me to stop and look at it for a minute, that bitch just lied. He 38, he a doctor. Right? But then again, let me backtrack. She just, I mean, it still ain't what the fuck that she looking for. Right? To be perfectly honest. She just looking at his motherfucking job title. Right? But then again, you should have said that shit at the beginning. Somebody that's already established, right? Which for the most part, ain't nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Somebody that's already established, or they got a plan in play to actually really be like, okay, hey, guess what? I got a plan in play. This is what the fuck I expect to be at a certain age, right? Consider you just starting out the gate. I'm 18 or I'm in my 20s. By 25, I want to be here. By 30, I want to be here. By 35, I want to be over there. Right? And as the older you get, you want to steady, constantly grow. Right? So, fucked up on her part. Right? So, we're going to do another one. Right? I'm actually really going to say that Alvin and the Chipmunks came in on this one. Or either that, she sucked a lot of helium before she actually really came on the show. So I'm like, look, so if y'all hear anything, look. Yeah, okay, here we go. Now, this next one, these are my people, right? I'm gonna let this shit play out, because I like the music. I like the music. It's this next one is gonna be Pop the Balloon, St. Louis, right? And for the most part, right, I like the music because, like what I always say, that's like some animalistic shit. It's almost like, okay, you either a tiger or a lion, right? And you hungry and you horny, right? But for the most part, right? And it put like this. Anywhere else, you can be like, okay, my stomach comes before sex, right? But in this particular situation, sex is before the stomach. Plain and simple, right? Because like the average motherfucker will actually really go to sleep on your ass after they ate. and then you can be looking for that dick, and then I'm too sleepy. Right? So let's go. We gonna call this the chipmunk. Oh, you didn't suck so you didn't did one hit too many on the goddamn helium thing.
Hey, before we get started with the episode today, you already know why I'm here. Make sure you scan this QR code that's on the screen and subscribe to Pop the Balloon to Find Love St. Louis. You don't want to miss the updates that we have coming, okay? Make sure you subscribe. We're going to give y'all a few more minutes. Take some seconds, rather, and make sure you subscribe. Okay. All right. Thank you. Let's get to it.
I'm sorry, but I just look at it like this. Whether it's an all male deer or an all female, you some bitches need to learn how to walk. Y'all doing this like you modeling for somebody. Ain't no modeling company finna fuck with y'all. Just walk, shit. Damn, let's go. Hey, y'all need to come back. I had a whole bunch of y'all. I need to come back. Come back to front of the meeting. Goddammit. Big man. Don't ever get on top, dog. All right? You gonna smother her to death. All right? Let's go.
Cinematic BAMs films.
I want y'all to give it up for yourself for coming out today, okay? Clap it up. See, that's why I always say clap it for yourselves, okay? All right, so this is what y'all gonna expect. We have a group of single ladies. We're gonna bring them out one at a time. When that lady hits that corner, if she's your type, it's a vibe. She says something, sounds like it's going to be a match, do not pop your balloon. However, once that lady hits that corner, she's just not your type, or she says something, sounds like it's not going to be a match, pop your balloon. I'm gonna come to you and see why you decide to pop. Sounds good? All right, let's bring out our first single lady. Hey, welcome in. Name and age?
Joanna, 24.
All right, Joanna, what do you do?
I work at Target and I'm currently in school for medical assisting.
Okay. What do you like to do for fun, Joanna?
I like to dance, cook, try out new places, bowl.
And y'all wonder why I call this the chipmunk episode. Right? It's almost like that one deal that Richard Pryor talked about when he talked about the first time that he saw Minnie Riperton. He said, I met her, she said, like, huh? Right? Same. Dick got hard right away, Jack. That's it. Because you can only imagine fucking a bitch like this. Motherfucker say, is it good? So that's exactly what the fuck she sound like right now. Right? It's like, woo, no. So, motherfucker gonna pop or whatever. I'm not finna go through all this. I just
That's
want to
everything.
You say travel new places?
I
No,
just want-
try out new places.
Try out. Okay. All right.
I just okay. I just want to. I'm not gonna do that, but it's this one. Not that one. Hold on. Yeah, it's this one here that I'm gonna talk about. Right. So right now we're gonna
You
do
are using, okay? And scan this QR code that's on the
we're
screen.
gonna
And so
do we're gonna do like I want to try to do like a I don't know, probably like about hour and a half intermission, right? You know, because I just feel like because the people that were watching, it's quite obvious I done lost their attention span. You know, I mean, I was on the phone, you know, with with the wife, whatever. The grandbaby wanted to talk with me, or whatever. So I'm on, and then I gotta make a run right fast. I'm gonna come back, shit, shower, shave, and then I'm gonna come back, and then this will be this one will be my second show for the day. You know, hey, listen, it is what it is, right? So for those of y'all that did watch, I mean, I'm sorry for the interruptions, you know, but hey, look, you know, to be perfectly honest with you, I actually really think to actually really go live and actually really be like, okay, hey, look, okay, well, you know, he got other shit going on, right? You know, that's just me. I'm the crazy uncle. You know, once you actually really figure out my character that I do, right, you know, then you will actually really understand, hey, look, yes, I like doing this. I enjoy doing this. But just know that I have other shit going on as well. Right? So, you know, and it's not gonna be like this all the time, people. I promise you, it's not gonna be like this all the time. So with that being said, tell your mama, tell your daddy, tell your dad, tell your birthday, your uncle, your auntie, your grandma, your papa, motherfucker next door, cross street, round the corner, Paul's Harris, aka Crazy Uncle. I holler at y'all here quite shortly.